welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about July's book haul. I was going to say wrap up, but that is in the video coming soon. I have one more book that I'm trying to power through so I can have that book in that wrap up. But without further ado, let's talk about these books that I got. So there is a stack, so that is why I'm not holding them, because I would drop them all. But if you can see them next to me in a book right here, you know why that's not. You know that's why I'm not holding them all at the moment. So, like I said, without further ado, let's jump into July, shall we? I don't know what that is, but we're gonna go with it. Alright, please don't fall and hit me. That'd be tragic. Alright, the book I have here is A Broken Beautiful Heart by Cami Garcia. She's also one of the authors who had written along with another author for Beautiful Creatures, and I saw that she had this book. You know I had to have it because we're a huge fan of Beautiful Creatures. I have the whole book series and a couple spin-offs to it. Anyway, back to Broken Beautiful Hearts. This book sounded really good, and like I said, it's an author that I liked from Beautiful Creatures, so I had to have it in my hands, of course. I'm a sucker for you. Okay. Basically, what had me was, her heart has to break before it can open. He has to let someone in before it's too late. Are you intrigued? Because you should be. When star soccer player Peyton Rios receives an offer from her first choice of college, her senior year starts off exactly as planned, until she uncovers her boyfriend's dark secret. Peyton confronts him and finds herself falling down a flight of stairs. Her knee, and possibly her dream of going pro, is shattered. Everyone at school is talking. Was she pushed, or did she fall? Peyton knows the truth, even if no one believes her. With her future on the line, Peyton goes to stay with her uncle in a small Tennessee town to focus on her recovery. That's when she meets Owen. A year ago, Owen Law's life changed, and he doesn't want anyone to know why until he meets the new girl in town. But dating is off the table for Peyton, even for a guy as sweet and sexy as Owen. He tries to chip away at her walls, but Peyton senses that he's hiding something, and she's afraid to trust her own heart. When their secrets are finally exposed, Peyton has decided if love is worth fighting for. And that is A Broken Beautiful Heart. Like I said, if that doesn't have you intrigued, I don't know what will. But that's what captured my attention, and I was like, have to have that. Alright, moving on. We've all heard about Sabrina, the new Netflix show. I've been watching a little bit of that since I renewed my Netflix, and I'm obsessed so far. And before I started watching that, I found the book, which is The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Season of the Witch. Now, this is definitely different from the 90s TV show, but it's right up my alley, and I'm really obsessed. And I want a black cat, and I want to name him Salem. All thanks because of Sabrina. Thank you, Netflix. Thank you, Sabrina, for that. And this one isn't a comic book, it's just a regular book. But there is a comic book of it that I seen at Barnes & Noble the other day. I think I'm going to have to get it next time because I'm obsessed. I'm a The crows were gone. The Ilyushin soldiers were coming. It took me a moment to realize I was staring at something in the sky. Bright as a miniature sun, a crow blazing with fire from beak to tail soared across the night, wings spread as if the flames had become a part of it. A flickering coat of smoldering feathers, then the fire seared through feather and muscle and bone, and it plummeted to the earth like a falling star. And then the world went white. Like that? Sign me up. Again, sounds like another, maybe one of those Halloween vibes. But it sounded really good. I'm trying to get the... There we go. There we go. And look at the spine. No. Okay. Moving on. There's still a few more books. And, oh, that was sticky. I found a classic book that I haven't even read. No, who am I? But I found it, and I will get to it eventually. And it is Alice Adventures in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll. And on the inside of the front page, look at that art detail. That is gorgeous. And it's also like that in the back. I love it. And in the book, it has some small, trying not to hurt it, illustrations of Alice, and I just had to get it because I had to ski. I've seen the movies when I was younger, but not enough to remember it. And I'm out of shot there, sorry. But I kind of wanted to read the books and see, you know, what they were about, because I've read some of the retellings without actually reading the original. Oops. I'm sorry. But I'm going to get to it eventually. It's on my TBR list. It's high up there. So we will get to The Adventures of Alice. And look, the book is blue. And that light is distracting. Okay. I don't know if you can still see it because it got dark. Probably not. So, kind of. I apologize about the lighting. Maybe. Hold, please, people. That's kind of better. Trying to find where I can. There we go. Alright, the next book I got, I did not know it was the third book in the series. Oops. But it sounded good, so I picked it up anyway. And it is called The Wedding Party by Jasmine Guillory. I think I said that correctly. If not, tried. This was definitely a cover buy for me. But the new exhilarating romance from the writer... Oh, I don't need to read that. Okay. Maddie and Theo have two things in common. 1. Alexa is their best friend. 2. They hate each other. That had me. After an oops, we've made a mistake night together, neither one can stop thinking about the other. With Alexa's wedding rapidly approaching, Maddie and Theo both share a bridal party responsibilities that require more interaction with each other than they're comfortable with. Underneath the sharp barbs they toss at each other is a shimmering attraction that won't fade. It builds until they find themselves sneaking off together to release some tension when Alexia isn't looking. A green veil ended once the wedding is over. When the wedding date is suddenly pushed up and they have only a few months left of secret residence. I'm not even try to say that word. They find themselves disappointed that the end is near. Two people this different can't possibly have a connection other than purely physical, right? That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, but within any engagement with a nemesis, there are unspoken rules that must be abided by. First and foremost, don't fall in love. That kind of sounds really good, but that's just me. Moving on. Trying to, not, sorry, the mirror behind me fell. This book haul is all over the place. I'm sorry. We have a few more left. I'm gonna save a few for last because it's best. Anyway, the book I finally picked up is Tom of Athens, a House of Furies novel by Madeline Roques. They will rise again. All I know is that this is a third book in the series, and like I said, I want to go pretty blind into it, and it's like a Halloween kind of vibe, and like I said, I don't want to know too much going in. All the end pages look pretty though, I'll give you that. But I'm hoping to like this series a lot because I have all 3 of the books now and I'm excited. When will she get to it? Don't know. Soon. Not soon enough. Alright. The next book I'm going to talk about is Wilder Girls by Rory Power. They told us to wait and stay alive. Now this book has been getting a lot of buzz over on BookTube and Twitter. I've seen it around. Like I said, I don't know too much about it, but that's a little bit of detail I'll give you. But it's been 18 months since a Raxter School for Girls was put under quarantine, since the talks hit and pulled Heidi's life out from under her. It started slow. First the teachers died one by one. Then it began infecting the students, turning their bodies strange and foreign. Now cut off from the rest of the world and left to defend for themselves on their island home, the girls don't dare to wander outside the school's fence, where the tox has made the woods wild and dangerous. They wait for the cure they were promised as the tox seeps into everything. But when Bryant goes missing, Heidi will do anything to find her, even if that means breaking quarantine and braving the horrors that lie beyond the fence. And when she does, Heidi learns there's more to their story, to their life at Raxter than she could have ever thought true. Now that sounds super good as well. The other big book I'm going to talk about here, it's a 5th one to the series, and I'm super excited about it. If you haven't heard me raving about it on Twitter, hi, hello, this is this book. But, if you haven't, or if you're not following me, I'll leave it down in the description. But that is Dark Age by Pierce Brown. This is the author to the series Red Rising. If you haven't read Rising, please read Red Rising. That hurt my hand. But I am currently in the middle of the Iron Gold still, so I need to read that before I can read this final beast of a boy and fall in love with Darrow and Severo and Mustang. Those are the only characters I'm going to let you in on. But I don't want to give any spoilers away in case if you haven't read this book or haven't read the series. Like I said, please please do. It's definitely a sci-fi told in space, but there's a different kicks and twists and turns to it, but it is worth your wild ride. So, definitely pick up Red Rising so then you can get to Dark Age, because you need it in your life. You need it on your shelf, like I did. And we're moving on to the last book. Sorry, Dark Age, you're going back on the shelf. The last one I picked up, you can kind of see, and that is a graphic novel called Saga. I don't know a whole lot about Saga. The only thing I know is that it's very popular on BookTube, and I mean, it sounds really good, and the artwork in it looks freaking amazing, and I can't wait to dive into it. I read a little bit of it on Libby before I decided, okay, I need me some Saga in my life, and exactly what I did, and I can't wait to get to it. Sorry about all that rambling, but I had to get that all out there and get this video up very soon. So that was my July book haul that I got. There was a lot of books to talk about and very short amount of time to talk about them. But anyway, that is all I had. And if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, the notification, because you don't want to miss further videos from me. And I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.